jiu-jitsu, although he's a big guy, he is very good on the ground. Арловский, kickboxer. He works with Freddie Roach on his boxing skills, and he is also schooled in jiu-jitsu. Now let's go inside the cage to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
All right, fans, here we go from Sunrise, Florida. CBS and Elite XC, in association with Affliction Entertainment, present heavyweights in the cage in a special attraction scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing to you first on my left, he is fighting out of the blue corner. As a versatile boxer and wrestler, his record includes 13 wins and 2 losses. Please welcome the former IFL heavyweight champion, Roi Big Country Nэлson. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, raised in the disciplines of kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. His record stands at 13 wins, 5 losses, including 9 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making his Elite XC debut. Please welcome the former UFC World Heavyweight Champion, introducing Andrae the Pitbull Арловский. And our referee in charge now to give instructions, Jorge Ortiz.
Come on up, guys. Okay, guys, we went over the rules. I want to remind you, I want a clean fight. Touch gloves, good luck to both of you.
The great Tito Ortiz, cage side. Rumor has it that he could be a member of the Elite XC stable very soon.
Yeah, undergoing back surgery next week. Will be back in action in 2009, and I know the man sitting left to me would like that very much, Mr. Shamrock.
Give me something to do with my fists.
Are you ready? Timekeeper, let's do it.
Арловский Nélson, and we're underway. And Арловский with the low kicks.
Smart moves on the low kicks.
Now the 2 men in the clinch. Nélson would be wise to stay as close as possible with the former UFC champion.
And he's got knee strikes and body strikes here. He's not taking advantage of them yet.
And Арловский with the trip.
Арловский went to trip. Big Country sacrificed through him, ended up in the top position. This is where he wants to be.
Now in half guard. Nélson wants to pass, and he does.
Beautiful.
Remember, he's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's very heavy. And that could cause problems.
I think he's hugely dangerous on the ground. I don't think Арлowski really understands that yet.
Арлowski very relaxed, though.
There is a knee strike Арлowski can do here with his right knee to the body, and I think that would be wise now to start softening Roi up.
Nélson trying to mount, maybe, thinking about it.
Well, the side mount is the best position to control somebody without exposing your hips and your own balance.
So many options from cross-side position as well. The knee strikes to the body.
He's working on a arm lock right here.
North and south.
And here's Roi finding a use for that belly now. Got it on his head, holding Арловski's head down and controlling the position.
Definitely redefines the term well-rounded, that's for sure.
And now look at Арлowski bucking and rolling.
Big bump, but instead of going all the way back to all fours, he's settled for going to his butt again, and that's kind of a passive defensive position. He needed to pop up and start boxing.
This is straight jiu-jitsu right here as Nélson gets back on top of Арловский.
And I don't think we should be surprised here, Frank, at what Roi Nélson is doing with Арлowski. Nope. Again, do not sell him short. He's a very skilled ground fighter.
He wants to go for the Kimura here.
Yep. Position.
He's setting it up right now. He's already got his wrist locked. Just needs to get that grip out, and then get Арлowski's shoulder up a little bit. There he is in position to do it. Арлowski's got it blocked now on the leg.
Position.
There's been some criticism of Арлowski in the past that some of his performances weren't as exciting as he's capable of. He told us that it's all about matchmaking. He says that his opponents didn't want to engage, and right now he's being controlled by Арлowski, but the referee bringing them back up to their feet.
Ready.
And he's gone through all the trials that a champion has gone through, the nightclub and all the fun. He's serious now. But is his technique caught up to his mystique?
Арловский trying to keep distance, but Big Country won't let him.
This fight put together on short notice. Арловский told us he would usually like a full 8-week training camp. Took this one on week's notice. May that be part of the reason for a slow start for Арловский?
Maybe, but look at the opposite. Roy Nélson, when I asked him about his camp, laughed and said, "You mean the whole week? You mean the full 7 days?" They're both on the same page here.
Ooh, there's a nice knee by Арловский.
Roy's got to pull that leg out. He's got to get down below that knee, suck that leg tight to his chest, pull his body out, strip that single leg down.
Come on, guys, improve your position. Let's go.
Nélson kneeing Арловский to the inner thigh. You spoke about that in the fight that preceded this one, Gina Carano.
Yeah, he needs to do the same thing here. It keeps him off the cage, keeps him sitting down and relaxing.
Come on, you gotta work.
Fans getting a little restless. They anticipated some fireworks. Again, remember, mixed martial arts. Nélson very cognizant of Арловsky's punching power. I think Nélson is fighting a very smart game thus far.
I would agree with you 100%. 50 seconds to go here in the first round. Арловский kicking to the back of the knee. Straight jab getting in right on the chin of Nélson. Lead right hand landing for Арловский. He kicks back to the leg. To the other leg now. He goes inside.
Nelson's corner imploring him to keep his hands up. Words to the wise there against a huge puncher like the Pitbull.
Well, Roy Nelson's getting tired. He's putting that game plan on, but it's taking a lot of energy from him, and he's taking damage at the same time.
8 seconds to go in the first round. Scheduled for three 5-minute rounds. Andrei Арловский in black, Big Country Nélson in white. Now let's join Karen Bryant, who's standing by with an MMA superstar.
That's right, Gus. I am, of course, here with former heavyweight champ Tito Ortiz. And Tito, anything you want to tell us about who you're going to be fighting for next? Because you've kind of been a free agent for a little while now.
Yeah, well, I've been a free agent now for it's almost 5 months. It feels good to be a free agent, of course.
Yeah, feels good to be with Elite XC too.
Yeah, you know, it's awesome. And seeing Andrei Арловский competing in this now, so you know the names are starting to come over. I'm going to exercise my right, of course, being a free agent, and you know we're working really close with Elite, and we're about, you know, I'd say about maybe a week away from signing the deal. So I'm excited. I know all the fans will be excited when I come, and I'm just looking forward to get back in the cage.
All right, well, Frank said you would be something fun to do with his fist.
Yes, that would be good. I know last time me and Frank got it on, I was a young kid, you know, 22 years old, and I wasn't educated at the time in the sport as it is now. I mean, I got 11 years experience now, so I think it'd be a different story in the rematch. But, you know, Frank's an awesome fighter, an awesome promoter himself, and it's the factor of me getting in the cage with him.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, Tito. Enjoy the show.
Yes, not a doubt.
All right, Karen, round 2 scheduled for 3. Frank, how did you score that first round between Andrei Арловский in black and Roy Big Country Nélson in white?
Well, I thought Арловский won the round. I mean, fairly good.
Oh, nice left hook by Nélson as he shoots.
He needs to shoot, man. I thought he won that first round convincingly, using good, clean boxing, but he got lazy there. The one thing I would knock Арловский with right now is he's punching, but he's not moving his head. He's got brilliant boxing, but he's not moving his head. And when you're with any type of puncher with power, you have to move your head.
How do you keep your distance, Frank, if you are more of a stand-up fighter, when you know that you're fighting a man that wants to get close to you, wants to shoot, wants to make sure that he leans on you the entire fight?
You got to keep that jab out there. You got to keep it busy. And then if he keeps rushing you, you got to start jabbing from the bottom. Because when you jab from the bottom, your opponent can't see it, and he'll run into a punch. Bad positioning here for Roy Nélson. He's got to get his head up. That distance is the wrong distance right now.
Telltale stat from round 1, Nélson able to land just 1 of 16 arm strikes.
Nélson very tired. Look at his hands. Down low. Now Арловский pouring it on.
Арловский just needs to stay tight here. He's got to keep his hands up when he's throwing these combinations.
Арловский has to be very careful. He has displayed a suspect chin in the past.
Knee to the body from Арловский. He needs to throw that knee to the body right here. Roy Nelson's gut is better than you need. It wants to be neat. Look at it.
You know what? Арловский, uppercut. Nélson covering up. Арловский now punches and bunches, and Nélson backs him off with 2 stiff jabs. Inside leg kick. Right hand. Oh, goodness. Big right hand, and this one is finished. Andrei Арловский dropped the bomb on Roi Nélson.
So in the end, Арловский dominates Nélson like CSI dominates the ratings. That's how you close the show. Nélson is not happy.
Well, we've heard talk of Арлowski's chin, saying it might be suspect. He took some pretty good shots here tonight. Roi Nélson definitely has a chin of iron.
Why do you think Nélson is upset?
I think he thought he could have kept going. I mean, obviously he's got a great chin. He knows he can take these type of punches.
So let's take a look. Andrei Арловский with a KO in the 2nd round.
And a money attack. He kicked the inside of the leg out, followed by a jab, left uppercut, right hand. He stunned Roi Nélson and just followed in with 1 straight right. That was it. Roi is down.
Andrei Арловский improves his record to 15-5.
Here's a second look. Kick that leg out. Look, he spreads his body up and squares him, then lifts that hand up, uppercut. Oh, stunned him good. Roi looking for space, looking for a place to fall. Арлowский helps him with that straight right hand.
So Andrei Арловский spectacular in his debut with Elite XC. Let's go inside the cage and Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 3 minutes, 14 seconds in round number 2. He is the winner by way of knockout, Andrei the Pitbull Арловский.
Andrei Арловский currently on a 5-fight win streak. 4 of the 5 fights ending inside the distance as we take a look at the CompuStrike totals.
CompuStrike says it, man. Арлowski was using good kicks, beating up the body, also striking on the ground a little bit. Doing really nice work with the hands. Hands were the final game of it all. Nélson couldn't get it down where he really wanted it. Went for a couple of dominant positions, but Арлowski stole this fight with good, clean boxing, mixing kicking and boxing to knock him out.
Coming up next.